it's Shawnee. Welcome back. Guess what time it is? It is time for our weekly roundup where I go over all of the eyeshadow palettes I used over the past week and I rank them from least liked to most liked. So we have 6 slots today and I believe we have 6 palettes. So this is a pretty straightforward one. We are going to jump right in. So at number 6, we have the Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette. I have really been enjoying this palette. I really don't hear many people still talking about it since it came out, but I am getting a lot of use out of it. With this palette, I did a really kind of simple look that I honestly enjoyed a lot. It was just neutral, easy. I was going to lunch with my college roommate. So we have known each other for 20 plus years. And I mean, this day was amazing. Like, I looked cute, first of all. And it's really nice to spend time with someone who has known you for so long. And I have quite a few friends that I've known for 20 and 30 something years, you know? So it was just so much fun. And she moved out here maybe like a year ago, maybe. Anyway, so I love her. I can remember the first conversation we had as like 18-year-olds getting ready to move in together for college. Anyway, so this palette, I've been using it for quite a few things. I use this shade here, Core, as an under eye corrector. I often use Harvest as a bronzer and Bark as a contour. I use Sculpted for my brows, and then Tourmaline I often use as like an outer corner kind of shade or for liner. Now I'm not remembering what I use Mirage for, but I do have the ones that I go to pretty regularly. I still need to use some of the cooler shades. I just have to make myself use it because I really just enjoy the warmer shades. But this was a really fun, like, simple look just for going out for lunch with one of my girls. So that was number 6. Number 5 is the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette, and I also paired it with my Nomad Air 6-pan palette. That palette I do keep at work since I got it. I really like the fact that it's there at work because it does have some deeper shades, deeper browns. Some are cool, some are warm, and a couple of shimmers. And so if I need to add anything to a look, then I can just go straight to that. I also enjoyed using their lip balm and their face cream. I used both of those this week when I was doing my makeup in the office. So that is number 5. Which ones do you like of the minis? I like some of the warmer ones, which is not a surprise. I like the mini Biba, the mini Nude. Is that what it is? Honestly, I actually like all of the minis. I just like some better than others. Now, number 4, we have the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. So I have been trying to use this to kind of still, like, what's the word? Be definitive about how I feel about it. I do like it. I actually also really like these creams here. I like using them as a base for the eyeshadow, or just even putting it on the lid and maybe adding a matte to it. So I'm still liking it. I think it's a really good kind of staple palette for pink looks. I'm not blown out of the water with it, but I think it's a really solid palette, and I would definitely get it on sale. I don't think it's worth like the $69 or $70 that it is or something. Girl, Patrick. So that was that look. Number 4, no, that was number 4, right? That was my 4. Number 3 is my Nobla side-by-side palette. Now, this has for a long time been one of my favorite palettes. I have hit pan on several shades. Now, I did purchase their baby baby side by side, I think is what it's called. So I'm going to do a video on that with some swatches and a look. I do think it is time to let this one go. I had been holding on to it, but I used it and I really enjoyed the look. It was a simple look for the work day. And I felt like my lids were a little itchy, and that doesn't happen. So I think it's like maybe the formula has changed. I've had it for a while, and so it's about to go. Bye, honey. But I'm not staying with nothing that hurts me. Okay, number 2 is the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. I love this palette. This is the first Nomad palette that I purchased myself, and you might have seen me talk about it was when I met my friend Jan Van, because she definitely influenced me to get this palette. Now, I really wanted oranges and browns, and this was perfect. I just went in, I think, with just these 3 shades. No, and I added this one just to do a really fun fall look. It was vibrant. It was, I mean, I just really, really enjoyed it, and I really liked the look that I came up with this palette. I think this one, along with their Royal Europe palette, love them. And number 1... did I say that was number 2? Why am I like... I think I did. I hope so, y'all. Because we're not editing this, okay? Number 1 is my newest palette. It is the Cosmic Brushes. What are they called? Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette. Now, this is just a purple palette. So if you don't like purple, don't get this palette, okay? And this, so far, is their smallest palette with 12 shades. Their other palettes have, I believe, 20, maybe a little more. No. Yeah, 20. Girl, I don't know, but it's bigger. And I use this palette in a collab with my friend Jan Van and my other girl, Jessel Jaguar. We did a collab where we each swatched the shades on our skin so you could see it with different skin tones. And we each did like a look. I would say Jessa's look was a bit of a more kind of toned down, really easy to do look. She really does great in, Jessa has great tutorials. She tells you like why something should go where it does or what happens when you do. And like, if you are newer to makeup or even just trying to figure out how to put things together, Jessa is amazing. Like, she's a full-on makeup artist, but I love that she can sort of break things down so anyone can really learn and understand about makeup. I love that. I think then my look was probably a bit more like a little bit more dramatic, but kind of not. I used a fair amount of the shades, excuse me, I used a fair amount of the shades to create a look, and then I think Jan has the most dramatic one, and yeah, so it was almost like we went in kind of like stages. You can build up, and then you could see the different skin tones, swatches. I enjoy all of these shades, and I really like this palette. I will say that typically for me, the Cosmic Brushes mattes are pretty pigmented, a little dusty, so I often will tap the shade or the brush off a little bit, and the shimmers are beautiful. I prefer to use them with my finger. Another person who recently used this is Erica Conger. She did 2 looks using like half, like these 6 shades and then these 6 shades. So check her out if you want to see how she did those also. Really enjoying it. I just love, so far I have loved all of my Cosmic Brushes palettes. I'm hungry. Did I eat? Okay, so a couple of non-eyeshadow related things. I am trying out the Haus Labs concealer. So far I like it. What I don't like is it's like hard to get the brush out and then to put it back in. I'm afraid that I'm going to like break it or something. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that. I do like the concealer so far. It's not super matte, which is something I was looking for. I was looking for like a more hydrating or natural finish concealer. It does have good coverage. I do think I'm going to order a shade down, up, a darker shade. This one is 40 medium deep golden. I think I'm gonna get like 42 or 44 or something. So I am liking it so far. I also think I'm going to get the foundation. So tell me if you have tried that. The concealer I got that is going back is the new Gucci concealer. First of all, the shade is way too light, and it was like, whatever. I wasn't like too impressed by it. So I was just like, I'm going to return it. I don't think I'm going to like exchange it. I think I'm just going to straight up return it. So I think that's it, y'all. I'm really tired lately. Like, tell me how you're feeling. I think part of it is just everything that's going on in the world. And I have a lot of clients that are like closely closely involved, I guess. So just holding a lot of that for them and worrying about people. I've been a little exhausted. So today I just had a meeting in the morning at like 8 a.m. and then I was supposed to have clients, but some people needed to like reschedule and cancel. I was like, listen, that is totally fine. I'll see you next week, girlfriend. So I was able to get in a nap, and by I mean me and Rose, because I can't nap by myself apparently. But I'm probably going to try to take it easy this weekend so I can, be restored for next week. So with saying that, I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I think it's important to stay aware of what's going on, and stay aware from, like, get your information from reputable news sources, but also make sure that you are taking care of yourself in doing that. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Please be sure to leave me a comment. I love knowing what you all have used this week. I don't know why, I just love seeing what people use and being able to ask, like, how do you like that? Like, should I get it? Or it helps me to, like, decide if I'm going to use something the following week. So, what else do I usually say? Oh, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.